Hey everybody, and welcome to another Employ My Ability video. I'm George Brind. Now, last month we had the open day, and because I was at Weymouth College, I was unfortunately unable to attend it. But I did film something that was done in preparation for it, which was putting up the marquee. So now let's go over to Harry Schofield and find out how exactly to do it.
Good afternoon, I'm Harry at Employ My Ability, and I'm going to be explaining in brief how to set up a 28 by 38 foot Capri Marquee. First of all, I will start by listing what is needed. You will need 6 poles. They're the shorter poles. You will need 2 centre poles, and they're slightly longer. You will need tent pegs, a sledgehammer, and you'll also need a long ground surveyor's tape measure. You will need 4 short side panels. You will need 2 longer end panels. You will need 6 ground plates. And you will also need 12 large ground stakes. I'll give you a moment to write those down. When setting up your Capri Marquee, you must at first estimate where you want the marquee to be positioned. You will do this visually for obstructions both on the ground and also in the area around you, looking out for trees, looking out for bumps in the ground, that sort of thing. You also need to work out the angle that you want your Capri Marquee to face. You may want to take into account sun or wind direction. You will then pace out your 28 foot, which is sort of a bit more than a foot, a bit more than one of your feet, and you will pace that out to try and check that you do actually have space forward. At that point, you will take your 6 ground markers and also your surveyor's tape measure. You'll place where you want your first ground plate. Okay, and this needs to be facing inwards. You will then measure 28 foot and 9 inches along one corner. So that needs to be 28 feet and 9 inches. You will then pace out or tape measure out 19.45 inches to that marker and 19.45 inches to that ground plate there. You will then, from that plate there, measure 40, this is the most important measurement now, 48.1 inches from this corner to that corner. What you will find is that may well not hit this marker here, so you need to be pegging in a crescent there, okay? And then move your plate accordingly to where it hits that measurement there. What you're looking at is Pythagoras theorem, so it's very straightforward, but you will find plans attached. You will then repeat the process, so you end up having your ground plate there, your ground plate there, and your ground plate there. Recheck each size and recheck each diagonal. And what you will end up is the layout for your Capri Marquee. At this point, you will then use your ground stakes and your sledgehammer, and you will be putting ground stake in the first hole and a ground stake in the second hole. The reason I've done them at this angle is because when you're putting in the stakes, you want to be going in at one angle there and one angle there. And then that way, regardless of which direction the wind's going, it will stay in place better. Once all 6 plates have been secured properly, you will then take your large cover sheet. This large cover sheet then clips into each one of your pegs, or your ground plates rather, on the clips provided. So you're looking for metal O-rings that can be located onto the edge, sort of angled, sort of there. Once they're in place, taking your 6 shorter side poles, you will then secure starting from one end, pushing out each time. So you need at least a couple of people for this. You'll then do your next 2, and then you'll do your next 2 like this. And they need to be facing out at this sort of angle. You'll then take your larger centre poles and pushing in this way, you'll locate it in the hole there, and then pushing that way, you'll locate the second one there. And what you're looking for the centre poles is a perfect perpendicular angle. And the top of the centre pole needs to be placed carefully to the metal O-ring at the top of the tent. Once this is done, you can then readjust your side poles to take up any slack. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Please find instructions in the link provided. If there's any confusion, don't hesitate to drop us an email and we'll try and help you out.
So now you've learnt what was said from Harry Schofield, let's have a look in detail as to how exactly the marquee is put up. But believe me, it's not the speed that this video is going to demonstrate to you now. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to join me next time where we interview our new chef, Robbie Williams. And I'm pretty sure I don't mean the singer Robbie Williams, but, you know, that chef has a similar name. So anyway, I'm George Brind, and we'll see you next time for another employee viability video. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Employee Viability YouTube channel.